All right, welcome back to Badminton Happiness. How you guys doing tonight? Yeah, I just want to say happy birthday to my older sister, way older sister. February 1st was her birthday, so happy birthday. And yeah, I just want to tell you, remind me about, I told y'all how I was born. My mom was on a plane and she landed, and I was born here in San Diego, California. I want to tell you a little story about how my siblings were born. It's pretty cool, interesting. Well, to me, they're interesting. It's like my oldest sister, she was born really early. It's a pretty funny story. I mean, to this day, she thinks she's the shit. Sorry, excuse my language, but people say, yeah, I'm the shit because we feel cool like that. You know what I mean? But literally, though, for real, uh, my mom was after eating dinner. She told me in Cambodia, she went out, and back then they had no restroom, so they were out in the middle of the woods, in the jungle and stuff. So she dug a hole like she normally did, and she went and taken number two. And she didn't even realize, but she was like, "Man, why is it? I'm constipated." She kept on pushing and pushing. Then after she was done, she looked down and she swore she saw some eyes, and she was screaming. She was freaking out because it was dark. And then she just realized she gave birth. My oldest sister was preemie, maybe about 5.5, 6 months, and she was delivered while my mom was taking the number two. So, like I said, she's really the shit, yo. But that's my older sister. Good times, man. She lived a hard life too. Growing in the concentration camp. She got around 13, 12 or 13. She got chosen to be one of those leads wearing the red scars, walking around with the AKs and stuff, and telling the older folks what to do. But she never lost love and passion and respect for her family. So even though she was chosen to be a lead for the Communist Party, she would hide tomatoes and fish and stuff in her hat and put it back on top of her head and brought it home for my family so they could have something to eat. Or a handful of rice, she would put it in a scarf and tie it around her neck. You know, but that's the things that they had to do back then to survive. But yeah, man, without my older sister, I wouldn't learn a lot of things, man. She's my older sister. Always been a tomboy. She's been the strength of all of us. Me, my brother, my other sister. Uh, she taught me how to be confident. Taught me how to defend myself. Uh, Taught me how to clean my man parts or my boy parts when I was younger. For those of y'all ain't know, but you gotta keep yourself clean. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you pull it back. Uh, Anyways, yeah, my older sister, man, she took care of us. And then my other older sister, which is today is her birthday. Interesting story of her birth. In Cambodia, all the homes, the Communist Party gave homes to my parents, and they were maybe about 3 feet high. Everything was made out of like bamboo and banana leaves. But in between the floors, there's like gaps. So it's not like a solid, plywood or anything. So there were gaps in between the floors. And my mom was in labor with my sister, my second older sister, and she was pushing and pushing and pushing. And the midwife was waiting for the baby, and they say push harder one more time, and she squeezed, yo. She pushed out, and the baby popped out, and my sister fell right through the slit, yo. She was small, man. My mom had a lot of preemies, man. Back then, babies weren't big. But my second older sister just boom fell down, man. Went through the slits of the floorboard. The midwife was like, "Oh shoot!" And then she ran down the stairs and picked up the baby and came back up. And my sister was crying. The baby was crying. And it was like, "Oh, your baby's fine. You're having another daughter." But yeah, that sister went through a lot too in life, yo. She during the concentration camp, she was maybe 5 years old, but 4 or 5 years old, my mom said, and she wouldn't stop crying, yo. She kept on crying and crying because she didn't want to go to school. And then one of the other 12 or 13-year-old leads that were teaching them things put like marbles in her nose, man. And then my sister couldn't breathe. You know, they're like little rocks or some stuff in her nose. And then when they brought her back home, my mom was like, "Why is she crying so much? You know, she's already home. You know." Then she asked my dad, "What's going on? I think our daughter's sick." Then eventually, my grandmother looked down her throat and nose and saw that there's some black stuff in her nose. So my grandmother took the traditional silk scarf, put some water on it, wrapped around her nose, and started sucking out the stuff that was stuck in her nose. And it was like black cotton, solid thingies. And finally, she was able to breathe and she stopped crying. But they were trying to kill her, man. You know, the other leads were trying to kill a 5 or 4 year old girl without really killing her, but trying to make her to shut up so she didn't cry so much. But yeah, besides that, you know, we're all alive now, so came a long way from that time. I never had to go through it because I was born here, but the stories my parents were telling me. And my older sister, she's probably the only one that remember anything because she was already 12, 13 at that time. Uh, and then comes my older brother. That dude, my parents was on the run in the jungle with the Communist Party. Is my they're running through the trees, you know. Them they had to give birth to my brother, and they said you're just gonna have to do it right here. You know, they're in the middle of the jungle and they were giving birth to my brother. And then it was right by the river, and he was a normal delivery. Came out, you know. But the funny part was my uncle was like, "You guys better not move. You guys better stay still." Because my brother, after my mom gave birth to him, they placed him down on top of a landmine. Wow, pretty cool. But my uncle, a lot of my relatives know him as my blood. That's his famous word, my blood. Uh, he knew how to defuse the mine bombs. So everyone was freaking out because they were afraid to pick the baby up, which my brother that he was gonna blow up. You know, that's the wrong way to try to blow up in life. But so my uncle was able to figure something out to where he was able to put some weight on top of the landmine to take the infant off of it, and you know he's here with us today still. You know, so thank you to my uncle for that. That helped us. He really helped our family a lot to get us here from the Cambodia to Thailand all the way to America. You know, but another interesting story about myself that I failed to mention in the first video, when my mom was about 8 months pregnant, when she was running with the Communist Party prior to running to the Vietnamese and the Americans, everybody in her camp told her, "You cannot give birth to that child because if that baby cries and they find us hiding in these trees, they can kill all of us." You know, and there's hundreds of people with them, and they're all convincing my mom that she has to kill the baby. So her and a couple of the other ladies in the camp ransack a bunch of old clinics and, you know, hospitals that were available, and they were just injecting her with all kinds of syringes, man, all kinds of medication. They had no idea what it was, but they're like, "We're gonna kill that baby inside you." But I guess I'm here for a reason. You know, there's a purpose why I'm still alive. So whatever they injected in her probably just made me stronger to be born here. So that was pretty cool, man. You know, the child she tried to kill, not because she wanted to, it's still here, and you know we all me and my siblings love our parents a lot. So yeah, but yeah, once again, I just want to say, you know, this is just a story of how me and my brothers and sisters were born. It's pretty cool, you know. Each of us have our own story, and my parents tell us all, you know, like how difficult it was for them to get us here to America. And I just want everyone else, if your family went through it, you know, not just from Asia, from Mexico, from anywhere else, you know, Cuba or Dominican, if you had to refugee here to the United States of America, this is the land of opportunity. You know, don't let your past and your depression and what you're going through now keep you from earning and making more for yourself and for your family. Remember, your folks and your grandparents went through a lot just to get you here. You know, so make sure you don't just think about tomorrow. Think about the future. You know, think about the bigger picture. There's a lot of things that you can do to better yourself and to better everybody else around you. Your folks sacrifice a lot to bring you here. So just saying though, man, think about everything that they went through before you start doing things that you're gonna regret. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Babington Happiness. I'm gonna drink this Mr. Brown one time because it's the best thing ever. Peace out, yo.